Hi everybody, it's Mark Shelsh here. This is the Mark Art Show coming to you from Galleria de las Islas in Metro Manila, Philippines. And this morning I'm standing in front of a Tampico relief sculpture. It is a cast that was done in the late 19th century. It's in cold pressed marble, a beautiful thing with a beautiful narrow frame. And on either side are two Ruel Carlos's assemblages. I love this guy's work. He does these fabulous assemblages all the time, and these two are crucifixions, and they're very popular. He does these, I like them, and I think it's a very creative thing. And if you're looking for some other way to go with your art practice, we've been talking about, doing other things and price points and so forth. Something that some artists really miss out on sometimes is not considering doing some little assemblages. Getting small canvases or small boards and then building up assemblages using stuff you found, wood and other things that you might find around the place. I always found they were great. They added another little price point that you might not have thought about. Okay, we're talking about selling, and we're talking about all the things that we should be doing that we don't think about sometimes. And that's only because we're concentrating so much on what we're doing. And that's very important that we concentrate on what we're doing. But we must always remember in everything we do as artists to innovate. We've got an imagination, and we should be using our imagination all the time to innovate, to create, to do things differently than we would normally do it, because that's what's going to change our practice. Now, the things that will hinder you from innovation and hinder you from working directly out of your imagination and all those things is negative people. So I'm telling you this morning, avoid negative people. Avoid people who are critical of others. Avoid people who can always have a reason why it won't work, or it couldn't work, or why would you waste your time doing that. Avoid those people. Those people, even if they're artists, well, most of them are artists who say those things, avoid them and keep away from them. They're not going to help you. You see, one of the things that holds many artists back, and especially the older artists, is they become really cynical. And they become really, in a sense, negative about the world, about others. They find fault all the time. They always can criticize something and somebody. And when you meet them, after about 3 or 4 minutes, you're going, oh my Lord, I want to get away from this person. I can't hear this anymore. And I find that often, especially with the jaded of our crew. So, in a sense, avoid. If you want to work out of your creative imagination, if you want to be looking for new things to do and create and build upon, these people will always find a reason why you can't do it. And my attitude is when they tell me I can't do it, I'm going to do it anyway just to show them that I can. So avoid negative people. Avoid those who will pull you down. Okay, it's important, friends, especially you young artists. Many of you young artists get around all your friends and you all chit and chat and talk, and you get a lot of times some really bad advice from these people, especially if they have not made it, especially if they are only, mediocre in knowledge. Remember this, artists, being known by your fellow artists is not very important. Being known by collectors and buyers is ultimately what you need to do. If you're known by 100 artists, that means nothing if nobody's buying your work. It's irrelevant. You need to be known by the people who pay your bills. That's the most important people you need to be known by, and therefore you should be concentrating on those people. You should be concentrating on what new products can I supply for my customers? What new things can I do? What new creations can I come up with? I remember one time I did something because I had some handmade paper when I had a studio in San Pablo City, and I made all these paper mache bowls out of handmade paper. They look fabulous, and I painted them and of course sold them. Doing new things, being creative, coming up with new ideas will always stimulate you and push you. Watch out for those people. Avoid negative people. Avoid those ones who can tell you why you can't do it. Now, also, you must get attention. So having some little outrageous things sometimes in your show gets attention, makes people talk. That's what you want more than anything else, is people talking about your ideas, because see, good ideas spread. So when you've got good ideas and you display good ideas, it's important that you get them out there. You need to get attention. And I don't care what anyone says. Hear this. If you do not get people's attention, you will not get sales. It's all about people noticing you. So they notice your great smile. They notice that you're so polite. They notice that you always can talk about your work. They notice that you can listen when they are talking and hear what they're saying and be able to say back to them what they have said. Very important. You know, how many times have we stood and talked to somebody and you see them glazing over and you know they're not listening to a word you're saying. They're concentrating on their question they're going to say or what the comment they're going to make. Don't be like that. Be somebody, when you're in front of your customers, when you're in front of your clients, listen to what they say and be able to talk back and answer what they're saying without promoting your viewpoints all the time. Very important that we listen. Very important that we learn to listen. Very important that we concentrate on what our buyers are talking about, because then we get new ideas, we get new thoughts about what we can give them, new products we can supply for them. Now, I know there's a lot of artists who hate me saying things like products, but it is a product. It is coming up with new ideas. Now, I'm not saying if you're somebody who does, 6 foot by 4 foot landscapes or portraits or whatever, and that is your main bread and butter, I am saying don't change that. Keep that. That's your main thing. But there's all these other price points you can reach. So reach them as well. Why only have that? It doesn't make any sense. You need to have other things as well. So think about that, guys. Use your imagination. Get out there and think about what you can do, what you can change, and what you can make better. And avoid negative people and critical people. Avoid them. Just avoid them. Stay away from them. Don't let them influence you, because they will eat away at your self-confidence. They'll eat away at your willingness to do new things, because you'll be always thinking, oh dear, what will they say? Well, you've got to get to the place where you say, I don't care what they say. The only people I am listening to are those who pay my bills. And they're the ones who buy my paintings. I'm listening to them. Not to get direction from them, but to hear what they would like to see improved, what they'd like to see happen. But I don't want them telling me what I can paint and what I can't paint. Okay, I hope we understand that, guys. Build on your imagination. Get people's attention. You need to do that and do it in a correct way. Remember, great ideas spread. So when you do new and imaginative things, they're going to spread and other people are going to see them and go, wow, look what you're doing. And remember to have many, many, many price points in your sales. Okay, guys, avoid negative people. They're not good for you, and critical people. Okay, I hope you have a fabulous weekend. It's Sunday tomorrow. I'm not sure what I'm actually up to. I think I'll be here, so if I am, I will do another video. You guys have a fabulous day, and I look forward to the day when you come and have coffee with me here in Galleria de las Islas, and come and visit the Philippines. Hey, all you guys in America, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Europe, come and visit us and have a look what a beautiful country it is. And you will be inspired, especially when you go into the marketplaces and places like that. You'll just want to paint. I know that. Okay, have a fabulous day. Remember to look after people, care for people. Hugs and smiles are free. I'm going to talk to you probably tomorrow. Have a great day. Ciao.